There's a guy in his garage right now. He found a used car. Cheap, worn, ignored by everyone else. Most people would flip it, sell it, move on. But he's been out here every Saturday for 3 months, adding mods, rebuilding parts, making it his. Why won't he just sell it? This isn't stubbornness. It isn't even about saving money. Something older is happening here, quieter, more interesting. A force that has driven human beings to repair, rebuild, and reinvent long before Amazon made replacing things effortless. This is something written into the psychology of certain people. And once you understand it, you'll see it everywhere. Go back to the 1950s. Post-war America, a new generation of young men couldn't afford new cars. So they bought war surplus vehicles, junkers, whatever they could find. And they built them. Hot rod clubs, drag strips. Parking lots where teenagers compared engines they'd tuned themselves, by hand, from scratch. This wasn't just a hobby, it was a philosophy. Passed down, father to son, uncle to nephew, neighbor to neighbor. Don't replace it. Understand it. Improve it. That mindset didn't die, it evolved. Into JDM tuner culture in Japan. Into resto mod builders in Europe. Into the kid in your city who's rebuilding a 1998 Civic in his father's driveway. In 1980, behavioral economist Richard Thaler identified something strange. People valued things they owned far higher than their actual market price. He called it the endowment effect. But here's the twist for car modders. It's not just about ownership. It's about labor. Every Saturday spent sanding bodywork, every hour debugging an ECU tune. Every late night replacing suspension components. That work fuses the person to the machine. The car isn't just worth more to him, it has become irreplaceable to him. Because a new car has no history. His car has his history. Harvard researchers discovered something they called the IKEA effect. When people build or assemble something themselves, they love it more, significantly more. Even if the result is imperfect. Even if a professional could do it better. For a car modder, this is amplified tenfold. Dropping a new engine, fabricating a custom exhaust, rewiring the interior. These aren't tasks, they're achievements. This is about competence, about proving to yourself, I understand this machine. I can master it. In a world where most of us push buttons and hope things work, the modifier is someone who opens the system up and says, I want to know exactly how this works. Here's where it gets really interesting. Psychologists have observed that when people lose control in one area of life, work pressure, financial stress, relationship strain, they compensate by asserting intense control somewhere else. The garage becomes that somewhere else. You can't fix your boss, you can't control the economy, but you can pull that gearbox apart and rebuild it perfectly. Reddit's RI Project Car community has a saying that captures this exactly. My life is a mess. My build thread is organized. The car becomes the one domain where everything makes sense, where effort equals result, where you are in charge. Watch how a modifier treats their car, and you'll understand how they treat their life. They don't give up when something breaks. They diagnose it. They find the source of the problem. They fix it properly, not with a temporary patch, but a real solution. This is a person who believes that things worth having are worth working for. That patience, applied consistently, produces something no store can sell you. Earned mastery. The same people who spend years perfecting a build tend to be the ones who stay in difficult situations longer than others, in their jobs, their relationships, their commitments. Not because they can't leave, but because they genuinely believe most things can be improved if you're willing to do the work. You might think this mindset is disappearing, replaced by subscription services and one-click upgrades. It's not. It's exploding. YouTube channels dedicated to car builds now have millions of subscribers. Reddit's r/Project Car has over 1.5 million members. People are converting combustion engines to electric, not because it's cheaper. It never is. But because the challenge itself is the point. Repair cafes are appearing in cities across Europe and Asia, where strangers gather on weekends to fix broken electronics, furniture, clothes. Not to save money, to reconnect with the feeling of making something work again. The digital age didn't kill the modifier mindset. It gave it a global community. and a million more cameras to document the build. The cars people modify and the ones they sell tell you almost everything about who they are, what they choose to invest in, what they decide is worth saving, what they believe can be made better with enough patience and enough effort. The man in the garage isn't just building a car, he's building a version of himself, one Saturday at a time, and maybe that's why he'll never sell it. Because you don't sell yourself.